You're on CNN News 18. It's time for the Super Saturday debate, and I'm Anand Narsimhan. The big story comes from Bengal, ladies and gentlemen.
TMC stands for the mountain of corruption. भ्रष्टाचार का बड़ा पहाड़, एक अड्डा तृणमूल कांग्रेस बन गई है, उनकी सरकार बन गई है।
যদি আইনে দোষী কেউ সাব্যস্ত হন তার বিরুদ্ধেও দল ব্যবস্থা নেবে।
Well, it's a simple question, ladies and gentlemen. Is the party now distancing itself from Partha Chatterjee? And the reason is because of the 20 crore cash stash that's been found by this close aide, Arpita Mukherjee's residence. The party says she's not a member of our party, and this has got nothing to do with us as an organization. It's all about Partha Chatterjee, and let him answer. And if he's found guilty, we will take the necessary action. So, are they already dumping him? Because Partha Chatterjee himself has said that Mamata Banerjee is no longer taking his call. Now, these are the 5 developments of the day so far in this case. Even as he finds himself at the hospital, admitted in the hospital under ED custody for a heart ailment, Partha Chatterjee grilled by the ED for 26 hours. And then he was arrested. The ED has got a 2-day remand of Partha Chatterjee. They have to produce him in court, but right now, his lawyers, Partha's lawyers, said that he needs medical attention. Now, his aide, Arpita Mukherjee, also has been arrested, and unaccounted cash and gold have been recovered. The amount is above 20 crore rupees. Recovered amount are alleged proceeds of crime in the SSC scam case. Now, Partha Chatterjee then complained of chest pain and he was sent to the SSKM hospital. Now, this is a trend with a lot of netas that the moment they are in the dock, they suddenly seem to get health problems. But there is more to it, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the various dynamics as he is in the net. Now, this is what Union Minister Anurag Thakur has to say. Mamata Banerjee is breaking all records of corruption. He's even branded the Trinamool Congress as the mountain of corruption. Meanwhile, Kunal Ghosh has turned around and taken potshots at the BJP, but he's also said, we'll take steps against whoever is guilty. So there is no brazen and blanket batting for Partha Chatterjee that's happening from the Trinamool Congress. Very clearly, public money is being looted in West Bengal, says Rajiv Chandrasekhar, the union minister. But Firad Hakim, the Trinamool Congress leader, said the BJP is actually using agencies. We have faith in the courts. The courts will bail us out. So is Firad Hakim saying, personally, I also face the same kind of harassment by the Enforcement Directorate? Is he voicing some kind of support for Partha? But is Kunal Ghosh overall saying this is the party line? We are going to start distancing ourselves from Partha Chatterjee. That's the question that we will debate, and we'll go straight across to our guest this evening as we set up the big question. The question is the party distancing itself, widening the gap with Partha Chatterjee? Locket Chatterjee, BJP MP West Bengal, and Dr. Shashi Panja, West Bengal Minister, with us. Namaste, ladies. Thank you for joining us this evening here on the Super Saturday debate here at CNN News 18. Locket Chatterjee, would you agree with the party, when the party says, and Kunal Ghosh earlier in the evening said, that if there is something that comes out, we will take action against Partha Chatterjee?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो ये बात बोलना चाहिए कि जो अभी पूरा बंगाल, पूरा देश का जनता ने देखा कि इतना कैशेस 21 करोड़ किसी का घर से, इतना सारा कैशेस सब लोग देख ली। इसके बाद तो कुछ एविडेंस नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोर्ट में क्या होगा। सबसे पहला तो कुणाल घोष जो भी तृणमूल सरकार से जो भी बोल रहे हैं, ये कुछ पॉलिटिकल जैसा बोलते हैं ना, पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा है, ऐसा नहीं है। वो लोग एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है। इसका जांच जो होगा कोर्ट में दिखा जाएगा। इसका मतलब है पार्थ चैटर्जी जो भी एसएससी का जो हिस्टोरिकल, बंगाल का हिस्टोरिकल स्कैम जो है, ये तो शुरुआत है। इसके साथ साथ बहुत बड़ा बड़ा प्रभावशाली लोग इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं। हम लोग ईडी जल्द से जल्द इसको देखे, जांच करे और विचार करे। और सब लोग जानते हैं इसमें सिर्फ पार्थो चैटर्जी नहीं, बहुत सारा नेता मंत्री, बहुत सारा लोग इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं।
डॉक्टर शशि पांजा, आप क्या कहेंगे? हाउ डू यू वांट टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू लॉकेट चैटर्जी?
Yeah, good evening, Anandji. Good evening to Lockett also. Let's be very, technical, and let's be very unbiased. So what do we have? There is a lady in her house. There is a lot of cash which has been found, and with other etc. documents. Now who is described as the minister's aide, but she is in no way a Trinamool Congress member or a Trinamool Congress representative. So it is difficult for us to say anything about somebody who is not with Trinamool Congress. So the party cannot respond to this. So it is up to the lady who has been accused and arrested and the lawyers to respond. Now, the second thing is that there's a difference between an accused and pronounced as guilty. So what the press conference today said and what the party is saying is absolutely, as you go by the law of the land, that we have total faith in the judiciary. Now, there was a CBI investigations, ongoing CBI investigation in which Partha Chatterjee minister appeared twice for interrogation. So nobody is running away from anything. But the party cannot pronounce anything till we wait for the investigations, whatever the ED is going through. Somehow, what Lockett is saying, she should also take cognizance of that. At least in BJP in Bengal, because we are discussing Bengal, BJP in Bengal should actually also respond to what their member, Tathagato Rai, who is a former governor, has said in Bengali. It is said Kamini Kanchan, which means the M factor and the W factor. Now, that BJP should respond because he's spoken about the M factor and the W factor in his own party, being present in the own party. But the party has not taken cognizance.
That he said. When did he say that? When did he say that?
He has been saying this. He's been saying things throughout.
He said that. He said that soon after. He said that soon after the elections. But let Lockett respond.
He has been saying this throughout, Anandji. And BJP on its own website had uploaded a video of now presently the leader of opposition, who's with BJP, Shubhendu Adhikari, taking money, and he's actually named in the Narada scam. Now, that same particular scam, you had ministers arrested, and they are still going along with the investigation. But Shubhendu Adhikari, because he's a BJP member, has not been even questioned or called for investigation.
Isko zara baant dete hain. Let's break it into two parts. One aspect is with respect to Partha Chatterjee. Dusra is the BJP using the central agencies. That's the allegation being made against the opposition. So Lockett जी पहले पार्थ चैटर्जी की बात करते हैं कि अर्पिता मुखर्जी के घर से कैश मिला है, तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं पार्थ चैटर्जी का है और तृणमूल का तो है ही नहीं.
अभी पार्टी का सब लोग बोल रहे हैं हम लोग अर्पिता मुखर्जी को जानते नहीं है. अर्पिता मुखर्जी पार्टी का कोई कार्यकर्ता नहीं है, कोई भी नहीं है, कोई जुड़े हुए नहीं है. लेकिन सब लोग इतने सालों से देख रहे हैं वो एक पार्थो चैटर्जी का जो पूजा होता है नागतला उदयन संघों का, उसका ब्रांड एम्बेसडर भी है. उनके साथ सीएम का भी इंटरेक्शन भी हम लोग देखे हैं. बहुत सारा वीडियो वायरल हुआ है. वो 21 जुलाई उन्होंने वहां पे शामिल भी हुआ था. इसके बाद ये लोग बोलेंगे, तृणमूल का जो नेता मंत्री लोग बोलेंगे कि अर्पिता मुखर्जी के साथ पार्टी का कोई संपर्क नहीं है. ये कैसे लोग विश्वास करेंगे? पहला बात ये है. और दूसरा बात जो आप बोल रहे हैं कि ईडी एंड सीबीआई का जो बात कर रहे हैं, इसमें ईडी के सीबीआई के साथ उनके संविधान से उनका जैसे इन्वेस्टिगेशन चलते हैं, इसके साथ आप पॉलिटिकल क्यों जुड़ रहे हैं? अगर आप लोगों के पास अगर कैश मिल गया तो एक एविडेंस आ गया, पूरा देश देख लिया, इसके साथ साथ आप पॉलिटिक्स, मोदी जी, दीदी, टीएमसी, बीजेपी क्यों जुड़ रहे हैं? इसके साथ पॉलिटिकल कुछ संपर्क नहीं है. ये सबसे बड़ा स्कैम है. वो हम लोग बंगाल का जो फ्यूचर है, जो बंगाल का जो भविष्य है, उसका आंख का आंसू है इसमें कि ये लोग जो बंगाल की जनता का पैसा लूट के इन्होंने ये सब रखा और हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि सिर्फ 20 करोड़ नहीं, हजार करोड़ रुपया बहुत सारा जगह से मिलेगा। ये तो सिर्फ अभी शुरुआत है।
So this is just the beginning, tip of the iceberg, Dr. Shashi Panja. That's what Lockheed is saying. But why is there, while you are saying that Partha Chatterjee has to fend for, yes ma'am, Partha Chatterjee has to fend for himself, the question also is being asked is, why aren't you saying, okay, we temporarily suspend him from the party till the time he is clear of all the allegations? Because today there was good cop, bad cop happening to a certain extent, where Kunal Ghosh said, let the law take its own course. Firad Hakim said, he took the political pot shots, where the BJP is deliberately targeting our people. Yeah.
And of course, there are two parts to it, as you mentioned. Of course, there is a political witch hunt. We are discussing that later. But what about the appearance of the lady in Puja? You will understand in Durga Puja or Kali Puja, which is celebrated with much pomp and grandeur in West Bengal. You have many such celebrities attending to inaugurate, etc. So if you continue to associate their presence as being political party members, that would be wrong. Regarding 21st July, in our 21st July, political program, we have many social activists, also those who are, like-minded or sympathize with Trinamool Congress philosophy. They do express their interest. That doesn't mean they are Trinamool Congress members directly. So we cannot respond to why cash was found there. And third is that if you really go by photo politics, then we have questions to ask why Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi were in the meeting of Prime Minister Modi ji. We can go on and on about this. Now, regarding, just
let us just, before we get into the political witch hunt, Lockheed दी एक बात बताइए, तो फिर अगर अर्पिता मुखर्जी पूजो में है, तो उसमें दीदी की क्या गलती है? तो कितने लोग रहते हैं? That is what the Trinamool Congress is saying.
अरे सब लोग जानते हैं अर्पिता मुखर्जी, TMC and Partha Chatterjee very connected. सब लोग जानते हैं, हाथ छोड़ दिया,
you have to substantiate.
पार्थ चैटर्जी का हाथ भी छोड़ देंगे। हम लोग शारदा में देखा है, सुदीप्तो सेन का हाथ छोड़ दिया था। अभी ये बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि ये लोग जानते हैं कि ये जो बड़ा जो स्कैम है अभी इनका हाथों में नहीं है, कंट्रोल से बाहर हो गया है। बहुत सारे लोगों के पास है। जिला में आप लोग देखेंगे सिर्फ तो 21 करोड़ का बात है। आप हर जिला में देखेंगे छोटा मोटा करके इसका स्कैम 20 करोड़ 25 करोड़ 30 करोड़ का होगा ही होगा। हम लोग के पास भी बहुत सारा होता है, लेकिन इसमें सीबीआई है, इसमें सीबीआई का जांच चल रही है, इसलिए हम लोग नहीं बोलेंगे। जांच जैसा चल रहा है, विचार जैसा चल रहा है, उनका प्रोसेस में चलेंगे।
अच्छा एक बात बताइए, एक बात बताइए लॉकेट दी, एक बात बताइए,
शुभेंदु अधिकारी not being called for questioning on a similar complaint. Why?
नारदा में शुभेंदु अधिकारी को क्यों नहीं बुलाया, पूछ रहे हैं।
लेकिन नारदा का जो जांच चल रहा है, जिसका जांच चल रहा है उसके बारे में तो हम लोग नहीं बोलेंगे। जो दोषी होगा उसका तो शास्ति होगा ही। हम लोग जानते हैं।
You have been mentioning, you see, you have to be very clear. सब बोल रहे हैं is not important in the courts of the law. The courts of the law looks at evidences. What are the incriminating evidences? There is evidence. You had uploaded on the BJP website the video of Shubhendu taking money. On that basis of other people taking money, they were called, but Shubhendu was not called. So this is very funny. I mean, that's why we call it a witch hunt.
Yeah. But in this case, correct. So Lockheed दी जवाब दीजिए, and then I have a question to Dr. Shashi Panja.
हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। ऑब्वियसली उसके बारे में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। हम लोग क्यों जा रहे हैं, पॉलिटिकल वेंडेटा है, ये सीबीआई ईडी है, ये शुभेंदु अधिकारी है, ये एक्स है, ये वाई है, ये जेड है। ये हम लोग आज का जो विषय है उसके ऊपर हम लोग बात करेंगे। आप लोग को मानना ही पड़ेगा कि ये जो स्कैम है, ये जो एसएससी का स्कैम में जो 20 करोड़ 21 करोड़ रुपया यहाँ से मिला है, अर्पिता मुखर्जी का घर से मिला है, इसमें पूरा कनेक्टेड है।
अच्छा एक बात बताइए, तृणमूल कांग्रेस से ना सही लॉकेट दी, क्या इसका कोई प्रमाण है कि अर्पिता मुखर्जी डायरेक्टली पार्था चैटर्जी से कनेक्टेड है?
देखिए ये पूरा तृणमूल का अंदर से ही बात उठ रहा है। तृणमूल का अंदर से ये बात उठ रहा है।
Very fictitious. These are, you cannot substantiate this. These are fictitious.
पार्टी के साथ पूरा जुड़े हुए हैं, सब लोग जानते हैं।
You cannot go by rumors.
Okay, Dr. Shashi Panja, let me ask you. Let us buy the Trinamool Congress. Let us buy the Trinamool Congress's. One minute. Let us buy the Trinamool Congress's argument, or what Mr. Kunal Ghosh said earlier this evening, that Arpita Mukherjee is not a member of the Trinamool Congress. This money is not linked to the Trinamool Congress. But would you accept that Arpita Mukherjee is closely linked to Partha Chatterjee?
That is a question which Partha Chatterjee will respond. I don't know. How can I respond?
No,
You can't ask me.
Because here is what
statement.
here is what
Anandji, let me just
Yeah.
few seconds.
Yeah.
There is a very important statement by the Honorable Chief Justice of India for the media too about kangaroo courts. So let us all be very careful.
No, I'm not. Nobody's passing any judgment. I'm asking you a question based. You didn't hear my question fully. I'm asking you a question based on your press conference, ma'am. I'm not passing any judgment on anybody, and you don't need to try and pass any veiled comment on this show. This is between the Trinamool and the BJP, and based on the thing. Nobody's passing it. I'm asking you what Mr. Kunal Ghosh and Mr. Firad Hakim said today.
Yes.
What did they say? First thing they said is that this does not belong to the Trinamool Congress. They said that this money does not belong to Trinamool Congress because Arpita Mukherjee is not a member of the Trinamool Congress. The second thing that they turned around and said is that the fact that this money is not connected with Partha Chatterjee. This money so far has not been connected to Partha Chatterjee. So who is Arpita Mukherjee if she is not Partha Chatterjee's aide? If the ED has arrested Arpita Mukherjee because she is a close aide of Partha Chatterjee.
Let them find out. They found the cash in her house. The ED will find it out. How can I answer that question?
No, so either. So either the Trinamool Congress says, if the Trinamool Congress is saying that, listen, Partha Chatterjee has to prove the charges against him, that means the Trinamool Congress is very clearly saying that this is a personal issue. This does not concern the party. On the other hand, you are saying link the money to Partha first.
I didn't say that. Anandji, I stay by the statement which was in the press conference today that she is not a member of the Trinamool Congress. So how do we respond to why cash was found there? I mean, why will Trinamool Congress be linked with the money?
No.
And
that is a very fair argument, ma'am.
Investigation is saying that Partha Chatterjee knows her, that Honorable Minister Partha Chatterjee will respond. How can we respond?
Correct. What I am asking you is, does the Trinamool Congress, after so many associations, so many photo ops, and so many interactions, does not know that Arpita Mukherjee, whether or not she is a close aide of Mr. Partha Chatterjee or not? The Trinamool Congress does not know at all.
How is that linked to that? You see, you may have friends.
That is linked. No?
Are you going to bring it to the channel? See, you, Anandji, you have friends. Are you going to link it to CNN News 18? No. So
link it to CNN. No, that's not an argument. I'm not saying if she should be linked. I'm not saying she should be linked to the party.
Not connected with the party.
I am accepting the fact. I am accepting the fact that Arpita Mukherjee has got no links to the Trinamool Congress as claimed by Mr. Kunal. But Mr. Partha Chatterjee has a connection. Mr. Partha Chatterjee has a connection with the Trinamool Congress. He's a Trinamool Congress minister.
So that's why we
and Miss Arpita Mukherjee has a connection with Mr. Partha Chatterjee.
Let the investigation, which is already ongoing. CBI was questioning. Now ED is coming to the picture. Let it question and let the probe go on. We want it.
My point is the Trinamool Congress? Trinamool Congress?
No, Trinamool Congress is being targeted. We know for what we know.
No, that's a political argument. I've just lost Lockett Chatterjee. We'll go to that aspect now. We'll go to the. Correct.
You should actually chase.
Dr. Shashi Panja, we've lost Lockett Chatterjee. I'll get her to answer that because that's the second part of the debate. My question to you.
She has evaded it.
No, she's not. We've lost the technical connection. One way, we've lost the technical connection. Let her come back and then we'll get her to answer it. I think she should join us back any moment now. What I'm trying to ask you is, only on the matter of Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee, is the Trinamool Congress not concerned that if Mr. Partha Chatterjee's close aide, Arpita Mukherjee, and there is a cash recovery of 20 crore rupees, is that not a cause for concern for the Trinamool Congress also? Because Mr. Partha Chatterjee is a minister in the Bengal government.
The Trinamool Congress party is keeping a watch on the situation. Even this is mentioned today in the press conference. Yes, it is matter of concern and we are keeping watch on the developments.
See, there are 2-3 things the press conference confirms. One, the press conference confirms that this is an individual matter of Mr. Partha Chatterjee and the party is distancing itself from it because it does not concern the party. Second, the party says that whatever money has been found from Ms. Arpita Mukherjee does not belong to the Trinamool Congress because Arpita Mukherjee is not a Trinamool Congress member. Thirdly, they have said that the court of law will prove and the charges will be proved. But what interestingly concerns me is that one comment that was made is this money has not yet been directly linked to Mr. Partha Chatterjee.
Yes, you are just repeating yourself, and I will also be repeating myself. What I agree with whatever you have said.
But there is a gap there is what my question is.
In the press
Don't you find a gap there? Don't you find a gap there? If Ms. Arpita Mukherjee is a close aide of Partha Chatterjee and Mr. Partha Chatterjee is a member of the Trinamool Congress, the first thing the Trinamool Congress should be concerned is this person involved in something which is against what the party's ethos is? And if he is doing... and if that is the case, then should he continue in his capacity?
No, that is why the party has said that in future, if it comes out that there has been some malpractice, we will not, the TMC does not endorse that. It is, even that was mentioned in the press conference, which you have taken live.
But a Tathagata Roy making a aspect of Kamini and Kanchan, if that should be investigated and should be taken so seriously and that the BJP should go after and the agency should go after and investigate.
It is not doing it, Anandji.
Correct, it's not.
They're not doing it.
If you are for that,
you are charging TMC.
If you no, I'm not charging the TMC. I'm asking if that is important from the TMC's point of view. From the TMC's point of view, if that is so important that the BJP is not investigating and you are saying that you are only singly targeting the Trinamool Congress, then I am asking you, then what has happened with Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee merits far more action against Partha Chatterjee than just saying that the party distances ourselves.
The difference is that Tathagata Roy belongs to that party. And he's talking about his own party members. That is the difference. And here what we are saying is these allegations have come up. The investigation is on. Let's wait for the investigation to happen.
Well, okay. Dr. Shashi Panja, the questions that you asked of the BJP still remain. And I'm putting it on record because we've lost the connection with Lockit Chatterjee. We're not able to get her back. So the next time you're together, I'll make sure that we start from where we let off. So that's my assurance to you. On this face-off. Thank you very much for joining us. We've just got more news coming through, and I'm going to quickly go across to this, ladies and gentlemen. And this is coming from across the border. There is serious trouble in Pakistan, and it looks like they are heading for early elections. Top sources in Pakistan are telling CNN News 18, and it's our investigations editor Manoj Gupta getting us these inputs, that the establishment in Pakistan, the military establishment, the deep state, is thinking of early elections. The establishment is upset with the present political situation in the country. And this is all stemming from the fiasco of the Punjab by-elections, where it was the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, in the Imran Khan's outfit, which ran away with the by-polls, 20 seats, and they ran away literally with almost all of them. The second important reason for elections is that the Pak rupee is currently touching 230 against the US dollar. 230 against the US dollar. The army feels that after the PTI win in Punjab by-elections, more uncertainty has now spread, and it should be given clarity as soon as possible that if the people want the PTI back, then it should be the PTI overwhelming mandate. The army is likely to intervene and ask all political parties to sit and thrash it out. And the idea is to not allow Imran Khan to speak against everyone. Pathikrit Pine now joins us, so a rabble-rouser who's actually peddling a very strong pan-Islamist and a bigoted line is now getting more traction. He's run away with the Punjab by-polls. The army does not know what to do because they don't want to get directly involved. This entire bunch of opposition sorted coalition group is also not towing the line and is also not able to push anything forward. So what's happening? Are we looking at early elections, and can the nation afford it right now?
Well, the possibility is strongly yes. Anand, there is a strong convergence in Pakistan so far as American stand and radical Islamism is concerned. And Imran Khan has been pretty deft in terms of converging and merging the two and creating a sentiment and an impression that the present dispensation of Pakistan People's Party and Pakistan Muslim League have only come together at the behest of the Americans. And, even though there were certain things that the Imran Khan government did which actually reduced the governance to its lowest in Pakistan, governance to its lowest, but the present dispensation haven't done anything as such to improve the condition of Pakistan. Today, the Chinese are knocking on their doors in terms of allowing them to set up a base over there.
Yeah.
IMF loans have not come as easily as they had expected. You mentioned about the rupee. So all of it, an economic condition, the pressure of the Americans, the Chinese pressure on the other side, and their inability to do perhaps anything against India as well. A combination of all these things, in addition to radical Islamism, which actually works as some kind of a glue to bind together anti-government move. So that is where all these things together is making Imran Khan more popular. But the tipping point was what happened in the Punjab Assembly, in the manner in which Hamza Shehbaz have been re-elected as the chief minister, in spite of the fact that was not supposed to be the chief minister again, because everything said and done, Imran Khan actually won 15 of the 20 by-election, and the total vote of Imran Khan's party and Pakistan Muslim League Q was supposed to be far more, and the 10 votes of PMQL was actually disqualified. So there was also an issue of the fact that there is an impression that there is a coterie which is working together against Imran Khan, and he is now in a condition to actually gain the sympathy from the position of villain that probably he was in the eyes of people a year back.
Because he's rabble-rousing quite a bit. But what is happening is, it seems to be that his anti-America, anti-India, and somewhat a pan-Islamist tone seems to be working on ground. But this also poses problems for this establishment, which is wanting to create a balance between the America pull and the China lobby.
Yes, absolutely, Anand. See, the fear of the deep state of Pakistan is that Imran Khan may also bring organizations like Pakistan Tehreek-e-Labbaik to actually create a major, pan-Pakistan chaos. And the deep state of Pakistan, which actually has promoted these non-state actors on the pretext of radical Islamism and a savior of Islam, they don't want to be seen as somebody which is pro-United States and against those, who are actually speaking for Islam. So this is why the deep state is a little uncomfortable, and they might actually, go for elections again to come out of this discomfort right now.
Right, Pathikrit, thank you for your inputs. With that, we call it a wrap. Stay with us.